run out of what you sent me. Send me more money, please. I already gave you more after you said you weren't getting enough last month. Yeah, but it was only $300 extra. That still isn't enough. Kathy, you should be at nearly $2,000 a month with your husband's pension and what we give you. Even still, I've run dry. It just doesn't seem to be enough. What did you spend it all on? Nothing in particular. I didn't spend it any differently this month. And despite that, I'm out. I don't know where it all went off to. Well, it certainly didn't grow legs and run off all by itself, did it? Were you cooking at home as you promised me? I don't take orders from you. I'll eat whatever I want, from whomever I please. Don't tell me you're still eating out. Are we really going to have the same conversation again this month? I haven't been going out to eat. Not with this back pain. I'm having one of those delivery apps bring me all my meals. I'd still count that as eating out. It certainly has the same monetary issues as eating out, if not worse. It's better than eating out. This way I can order whatever I want. There's just more variety. For example, today I got 2 steak sandwiches. I guess we really are going to rehash everything again. The reason I wanted you to prepare your own meals in the first place was to cut back on food expenses. Instead, you've gone and spent more. If you must insist on food being cooked in this kitchen, come and do it yourself. I have work during the day. I don't have the time to cook all of your meals for you. I can't go and get groceries with this back of mine. It's practically elder abuse to try and force me to go. Look, I didn't want to say anything, but there was something I noticed the last time we met. You've put on a little weight, haven't you, Kathy? Hey! There's no need to bring something like that up. I figured you had a little more sense than to go and accost people about their weight. Like I said, I didn't want to mention it, but I was worried when I saw that your clothes were fitting a little tight. The extra weight is just going to put more stress on your joints, and that will make your back worse. I'll be fine. Just bring me some cash. I will if you promise that you'll spend it carefully. And why do I have to? Cooking will just produce dishes to clean and bags of garbage to dispose of. Then I can't give you any money. There have to be some conditions here. Fine. I'll ask Tom to do it then. Stop it. Do not go to him as well. He's already bad enough with money as is. You two should have money to spare with both of you working. I don't see any reason why you have to be such misers about it. Things aren't going well at his company, though. They had to have bonuses, and it could even get to the point where they won't have any money to pay him. But you still have a good job, right? I'm sure you're making plenty. That's true. But what I make, he spends. Every month we cut it pretty close. And who is in charge of that? Last time I checked, it was the wife who was supposed to manage the household's finances. I've done the best I can at managing them, but there are limits to what I can do. It's not exactly easy with how much you two spend. And when I tried things like taking his credit card because he was spending too much on alcohol, he just stole the money out of my wallet and went off and bought a membership at a golf club. That sounds like it was your fault. You should keep a closer eye on your wallet. Well, when I hid my wallet, he went and had another credit card made. There's really nothing more I can do. Tom has it pretty hard with his job. I think it's stressing him out, the whole situation. So I hope you can be empathetic and understanding of the frustration it's causing. I know the situation at his company isn't ideal, but I'm working just as much as he is. I don't know why I'm the only one who has to make sacrifices. My life is really all work and no play, Kathy. Sacrifices? What exactly are you losing out on? I have hobbies too, you know. Things that I want to do. Right now, I'm trying to save some money to travel with. I already have a fund going for a trip to Hawaii. Oh, that sounds nice. I think I'll go as well. You won't be able to. At least not at this rate. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So if you really do want to go, you have to be more careful with your spending. That means less eating out and certainly less delivery. What happened to the money you had when you were single? It's gone. I've spent it all. Oh, that's pitiful. Not really. It's not like I went out and wasted it. Where did it go then? Debt? Student loans? It's a secret, but it wasn't anything like that. I presume you've wasted it then. You'll have to live with that choice. I'm more than fine with what happened to that money. This is not something you're going to make me feel bad about. Wasteful to the extent of not being able to do what you want. I guess you're not so frugal yourself. I'm sorry, but don't try and put me on the same level as you two. We are not the same. Save the sass. Hurry up and bring me that damn money. If it were my husband who went to give her money, he would give her way too much. So I went and did it myself. Her apartment was such a mess there wasn't even room to stand, much less a path to walk. So I cleaned it up while I was there. It took so long that by the time I got home, it had been dark outside for hours. My name is Mia. I'm 38. I'm a mid-level office worker at a big publicly traded company. I got married to Tom 5 years ago when I was 33. He hates children, so we don't have any. For the first 3 years of our marriage, I was like his personal maid. I attended to his every need. But gradually, his slovenly lifestyle became more and more pronounced. I could brush off him leaving the house a mess. The real problem was how careless he was with money. We fought countless times over his spending with me trying to talk some sense into him. It seems he picked up those habits from his mother. Kathy, my mother-in-law, is lazy and beyond saving. She's Tom, but worse in almost every regard. I hoped that if Tom experienced a nice vacation, it would convince him to change his spending habits. But things didn't work out quite like I had planned. Tom, why is the car gone? Where are you?
We're already at the airport. We're waiting at the terminal right now.
Who is we? And wait, what? You're just going to leave without me?
I wanted to thank you for setting up such a nice trip. Mother and I will be back soon.
What about me?
You'll be house-sitting, Mia. If we brought you along, the trip would be a drag with all of your nagging.
So you're going with your mother instead? I planned everything for that trip.
Yep, you did. A mother is thrilled to be going in your place.
That's my trip! I booked everything! You can't just jump in and take it from me.
I figure with all the trouble you cause me daily, Mia, that it's only fair for me to receive this trip as a present from you.
You've got it backward, Tom. You two are the ones always causing trouble for me.
Huh? You're the one who was hesitant to give Mother any money and even threatened to cut her off.
That's a lie! I didn't do that.
Mother said you did. Are you calling her a liar?
Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But you can't just go and believe everything she tells you. Are you not going to listen to my side at all?
Considering your everyday behavior, no. I'm not exactly inclined to listen to you.
So despite everything I do for the two of you, you don't trust me at all? How is that fair at all?
Just because you do some chores around the house, it doesn't make you all high and mighty. I can't stand when you try and hold that over us.
We can fight about chores later. I'm talking about the trip. Don't bring irrelevant things into this.
Clueless, aren't you?
Clearly, you've got something to say, Tom. Spit it out.
Yeah, I got something to say, and honestly, it's been a long time coming, Mia. You're a clean freak, Mia, and dealing with you is so damn annoying.
I just want a reasonable level of cleanliness from you two. The real problem here is that you two are frickin' slobs. When you leave trash lying around, it attracts bugs and eventually it will start to stink up the place. So I always have to come in behind you and clean up your mess.
You're exaggerating. When has that ever happened?
It hasn't happened because I'm there to clean it up before it does.
That patronizing attitude of yours is really getting on my nerves.
Whatever problem you have with me or my attitude, it doesn't justify depriving me of this trip I worked so hard to plan.
You married me because you love me, right? If that's really the case, then you should be happy to give up your ticket to Mother.
I lived in the shadow of your spending for 5 years. tolerating everything and building the funds for this trip. And now you're going to ruin everything!
Tolerating. Huh. You don't have to be so dramatic about it. You were doing fine during that time.
Tom, just how much of your money do you think you spent going bar hopping and golfing on the weekends? And then my money would all go into supporting us. How is that fair?
It's because I'm the man, and my work is more demanding. A little imbalance is only natural.
It's not so easy at my job either. During crunch time, it's nearly midnight by the time I get home. But you were never there for me when I was going through that.
Don't try and dig up your old grievances before our trip. Are you really trying to ruin our fun? They're about to start boarding. We can talk about this when I get back.
Wait! I'm not done yet!
How about you clean the place real nice before I get back?
If you're just going to go off on my trip, then I'll have a thing or two waiting for you when you get back.
Keep your temper in check, Mia. When you're done with our place, go give Kathy's a nice clean too.
This is the perfect time. I'll sell the house. I'll make sure to sell all of your crap before I do.
Don't try and do things out of spite just because you're upset.
No, I've already decided.
That's my home just as well as it is yours. I won't let you sell it.
The rights to the house are with me. It's mine to do with as I please.
Don't think you have any special right just because it was your parents' fortune that was used to buy the house outright.
Their money only paid for half. The other half came out of my savings. And who was the one who had me hide that from your mother because it would make you look pathetic if she found out?
Because it would. The man is supposed to be the one bringing all the money to the marriage.
And I went along with that. I lied to her to protect your stupid pride. So I think that I have more than enough justification to do this.
I just hate it when you of all people are arrogant like this.
Just how self-centered are you? Nothing I said about the house was wrong.
How about this then, Mia? If you vacate the house, then it's back to cramped apartment living for us. Where's the upside in that?
You're not getting it. I'm saying we're getting a divorce.
Whoa, I wouldn't do that if I were you. This is not a path that'll end well for you.
How so, Tom? It sure as hell can't be much worse than now.
What do you mean, how so? Do you really want to go back to being single at your age? It'll be more than a slight inconvenience if you do that.
If that's the worst thing you can think of, then you're clearly not trying very hard to make me stay. There are only pluses in my mind. The best of which is that it frees me from this mama's boy and his blackmailing mother.
Yeah, but what about your income? That'll be a problem, don't you think?
Tom, I have a job. I'll be fine on that front.
You have a job, sure, but think about it. Even right now, we're just getting by with the two of us together. If you go down to just your income, things could get pretty rough. I bet that's what would happen.
That's because of you two.
Why are you blaming us?
Who wouldn't blame you two? Do you have any idea how much we send your mother every month?
If I remember correctly, it's, 500-ish, right?
Not even close. Try 1,000. And that's every month. Well, until this month, of course.
What? That's way more than what I thought we were sending her. You're sending her more than half of what I make every month?
I've told you this a number of times before. And every time you were the one who said to do it anyways because you felt bad for her.
I guess that sounds like me.
Do you see why our finances have been so tight between sending money to her and your spending? From now on, you can work together with her to try and get by.
Hold on. How much are we paying for the golf club membership?
$900 per month. You should try remembering how much you're paying for the crap you buy as well. Presumably, you need clubs to play golf with.
And balls and shoes and gloves, hats, clothes. Hold on, let me run the numbers real quick. Starting from $2,000 per month, minus $900. Then, if you add mother's pension to that, we should be fine even if I keep the membership.
We'll see about that. She's already blowing $2,000 every month on her own. I wonder how much will even be left for you.
Yeah, but when she sees that I'm struggling with money, I'm sure she'll help out and cut back some.
I doubt it. Speaking from experience, it's not going to be easy to get her to change. She's all but helpless now. She gets delivery every day, which has made her fat, and that in turn has made her back problems worse. Recently, she hasn't even been able to do the bare minimum when it comes to house chores. I have had to do pretty much everything.
She can fix all that. After all, it seems like she's feeling well enough to come with me to Hawaii.
Sure, maybe that can be fixed with a little extra effort, but I wouldn't count on elbow grease being enough to solve your money problems. It seems she's carrying some debt with her. I found some unopened mail that said as much when I was cleaning her apartment.
Jesus, she's been taking on debt on top of $2,000 a month.
And it wasn't just one either.
Did you get a good look at them? How much is the total amount?
I'd say it's about $20,000 or so, but I didn't properly add it all up. Suffice it to say, it's not an insignificant sum of money.
What the hell did she spend that kind of money on?
I never asked her, so I don't know. You'll have to find out from her directly. Obviously, the eating out was a huge chunk of it.
Damn. I can't ask her now. That'll make the whole trip awkward.
You're still set on going on that trip? Despite hearing all of this?
It's not like I can just cancel everything and not expect to get hit with fees. That's money we won't be getting back. It would be wasteful not to go.
Also, what are you going to do about the boarding pass? It's not like they're just going to let your mother on with a ticket that has my name on it.
I'll just have it changed to her name.
Normally, you shouldn't be able to do that.
What? I'm paying for it. Why won't they let me do at least that?
Remember, I booked everything. And I'm not helping Kathy go on my trip. I'll just cancel my ticket and that'll send her onto the waiting list.
Hey, stop that! We're going to be boarding soon. You can't just send her to the waiting list. She'll never get in.
Then you can either go by yourself or give up on going.
Fine, I'll come home then. But the divorce is off the table. Let us two work together to figure out Mother's debt.
Yeah, good luck on that, you two.
Don't say that. I need you. I don't know how I'll be able to live without you.
No, you don't want me. You want your mama.
It's not like that. You are the one I love, Mia.
Sure, that comes across as very heartfelt, Tom.
It's true. I'll prove it by coming straight home to you. Please let me off without a divorce.
After that, Tom decided to cancel the trip and return home. Kathy was mad at him for the sudden cancellation, but Tom fired back at her, grilling her about her debt. They broke out into a heated argument in the middle of the airport. When things started to get physical, security jumped in and separated the two. When the disheveled Tom got home, I told him that I was still going to divorce him, and he broke into tears, begging me not to. It was way too late for that. After I finished staging the house, I went to stay at a close friend's place. There I filed for divorce and arranged to have the house put on the market. Tom moved into his mother's apartment, but after only 2 months, the two had trashed the place so badly that the landlord had evicted them. From there, the two had nowhere to go, so they showed up at my office to cause trouble, but were again escorted out of the premises by the police. It was a tiring ordeal, and now, more than ever, I need some R&R. So while Hawaii might be off the list for now, I think I'll still head on a little trip somewhere. I had wasted enough time with Tom, and those were years that I could have spent traveling. It looks like I've got some catching up to do. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Since the two of you have already decided to get married, I don't really think I have anything to say on the matter. Whatever makes my son happy makes me happy as his mother. I wholeheartedly give my blessing for this marriage. Who am I to get in the way of my son and his eternal happiness? The woman my son loves, I love as my own daughter as well.
Aw, thanks so much, Mom. You're the best.
Yes, thank you so much for saying all of that, Elizabeth. I feel so welcomed. I was so scared that you weren't going to approve of me and I would have to bend over backwards to gain your trust. Oh, don't be silly, sweetheart. Like I said, all I ever wanted is for my son to be happy. From now on, you're a part of our family, Brandy. So make sure to learn how to do things properly around the house, manage the family well, and take good care of your husband. Okay? He's an only child, so you may find that I spoiled him a little bit too much. Yes, of course I will take good care of him. And I'll be sure to make sure he doesn't behave too spoiled in my house.
I promise you that we'll live happily ever after, Mom. I'll be really good to Brandy as my wife as well. I won't forget everything you taught me about how to treat a woman like a lady.
Well, that's lovely to hear. But it still hurts a little bit to think that my precious baby boy is going to be taken away from me. You promised me that you were going to live with me forever, didn't you?
Aw, Mom, I was just a kid when you said that. Of course a little kid is gonna say those kinds of things to his mom. Dad passed away when I was still quite young, and it was just the two of us for the longest time. I think at one point in my childhood, I had become a little too dependent on you.
Yes, of course. Honestly, it's like you're a different person now you're all grown up, about to get married. It seems like only yesterday you were my tiny baby boy and I was rocking you in my arms. I just love the mother-son dynamic you two have going on. I can't wait to spend more time with the two of you together.
You haven't forgotten that it's Thanksgiving next week, have you?
Of course not. How could I forget such a thing? It's our first Thanksgiving since we got married, so there's no way I wouldn't remember.
There's no need to worry about it too much, though. My family tends to not really go all out for Thanksgiving. There aren't that many people to cook for in the family, so I doubt my mom is gonna have you slaving away in the kitchen or anything.
Oh, it's okay. I'll take whatever's thrown at me. I really want to make a good impression on everybody, so I would like to put in an effort.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to it then.
Oh, good. You two are here. Come on in.
Wow, Mom, you really don't waste any time, huh? You've already started?
Brandy, go and wash your hands and then come to the kitchen to help me start preparing the food. Now I can finally have a rest. Yes, of course. Wow, do you really normally make this much food on Thanksgiving, Elizabeth? Even though there are not that many people coming over? Well, because it's your first Thanksgiving with us, I thought that it would be nice to go all out. I thought that I would show off my son's new wife to everyone, so I invited more family members than I normally would. Come on, we have a lot to do. Hurry up, let's get going. Oh, I see. Look, here's my sister, Janet. You remember her, don't you?
Hi, Brandy. Long time no see. I don't think I've seen you since the wedding, you know.
Oh, hi there, Janet. It's lovely to see you.
You've somehow gotten even prettier since the last time I saw you. I'm looking forward to finding out what your cooking skills are like today.
By the way, when are you going to give me a grandson?
Yes, you've been married for long enough now. Do you not have any news yet?
I'm sorry, what? We've only been married for half a year. I think it's a little early for those kinds of expectations, don't you? What are you talking about? Back in our day, women were popping out babies as soon as they got married. There's no point in putting it off, you know. You're not getting any younger. Well, I'm just not at a point in my career where I feel like it's a good time to be taking maternity leave. And also, I'd like to spend some of our married life just the two of us before we start thinking about a family. Please wait a little bit longer for that grandson. Okay, Elizabeth? Honestly, in my day, if I talked back to my mother-in-law like that, I would have been in big trouble. If my mother-in-law had told me to have a baby, I would have just said, "Yes, ma'am, I understand, of course I will," and gotten on with it. If you wait too long, maybe I'll die of old age and then I won't ever be able to see my grandson. Would you be able to live with the knowledge of being the reason a poor old lady was never able to meet her long-awaited grandson?
We need to get up early to go to my mom's house tomorrow, so wouldn't it be best to get an early night? What are you doing reading documents at this time? It's bad for your eyes to be squinting at those tiny little letters in the dark anyway.
It's just that there's some important work documents. Would it be okay to maybe go to your mom's house another time? Because of this big project at work, I'm rushed off my feet and I'm really exhausted from the heavy workload. We have a lot of tight deadlines to meet as well, and to be honest, I can't really afford to rest, even at the weekends at the moment. You know that it's the busy season for my company at the moment. Things will be better when it's all calmed down a little. And to be honest, I don't really think I'm in the right mood to be seeing your mom tomorrow.
What do you mean by that? Why do you have to be in the right mood to see my mom? Going to see my mom should be a nice thing, surely.
Well, for the past 5 years, all she's done every time she sees me is bug me about giving her a grandson. It's all she ever talks to me about, and it started to really stress me out. She always tries to make me feel guilty about it, as if I'm deliberately deciding to not have kids. It's not like I don't want to have a baby. We have been trying, it just hasn't happened for us yet. I feel like the immense amount of pressure she's putting on me can't be good for my body either.
Yeah, but I can also see my mom's point of view, and I can understand her thinking that you just don't want to have a baby. But everything she says comes from a place of worry. She's just thinking about your health and doesn't want you to wait until you're older and there's a higher risk of complications to be having a baby. Nothing good is going to come out of being overly sensitive about my mom's remarks, is it?
It's not that I'm even being particularly sensitive about it, though. I've tried to not start any fights, but it's difficult when every single thing she says to me is an insult.
Well, we need to go to my mom's house tomorrow, and that's that. Hurry up and go to sleep already. You can save your work for when you're actually at work. Or if you really need to do it over the weekend, you can do it when we get back from my mom's house tomorrow evening. Honestly, what kind of crazy person works at the weekend anyway?
Fine. I'll put the work away and go to sleep for now. But just so you know, I'm only agreeing to go to your mom's house tomorrow for your sake. It's not because I want to. Oh, look! My precious baby boy is here. Oh my goodness! How come your face has gotten so gaunt since the last time I saw you? Are you eating properly? Has she not been feeding you properly? Has she been using work as an excuse and making you have microwave meals and fast food instead? Honestly, she should know that a man can't cook for himself and needs to be provided with balanced, nutritious meals every single day.
Well, I can't help it if nothing is as tasty as your food, can I, Mom?
Of course. Every son is always dreaming of having his mom's cooking again. Well, even when we come here, your mom never cooks, does she? I'm always the one doing the cooking when we're here. So don't go on about how you miss the taste of your mom's cooking. Excuse me? What did you just say? Oh, it's nothing. Don't mind me. I'm just muttering away to myself over here. You had better be careful, because they say that's the first sign of madness. By the way, have you two been going to the clinic? What clinic are you talking about? Both of us are in pretty good health at the moment. What else would I be talking about? The fertility clinic, of course. Oh, no, we haven't. It hasn't been that long since we started trying, so we figured that we would give it a little longer. Well, I think you should start considering it. Aren't you worried that there's something wrong with your body? I suppose you must have overworked it when you were younger. I knew when I first saw you that my son for sure wasn't your first boyfriend. How come it's taken you 5 years to conceive and other people can do it in 5 minutes? Excuse me? Overworked my body? What on earth are you insinuating? Well, why else would you not be able to conceive? None of my friends' children seem to be having any problems. It's just my luck to be stuck with you now, isn't it? Honey, I'm going to quit my job.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Well, your mom is treating me like some kind of cheap, defective product, and I don't appreciate that. In order to create the environment she wants for this grandson of her dreams, I'll have to become a stay-at-home mom, won't I? Well, will you just listen to the way she talks? Look, Elizabeth, I'll give you the grandchild you want so desperately, okay? Then will you finally be happy? It can't be a girl. You have to have a boy, okay? We need to ensure that the family line is continued. Well, the gender of the baby isn't really something that I can do anything about. Anyway, you have a nice chat with your precious son, okay? From now on, if you have anything to say to me, you can just tell Paul and he can relay it to me. I just really want to avoid having direct communication with you if possible. What did you just say? Ungrateful girl! I really would like it if you would stop calling me girl or this girl. It's very belittling, you know. How would you like it if I went around calling you this old lady or this grandma? I can't believe the things that come out of your mouth. You don't have even a shred of respect for your elders, do you? If you keep talking like this and alienating me, you're just going to make things harder for your son. Do you realize that? Oh, goodness, I can hardly believe it. I'm finally a grandma.
It really is amazing how Brandy was able to get pregnant as soon as she quit her job.
Well, it was probably because she was under so much stress from work that she wasn't able to conceive. Working is never good for prospective mothers. This is why the full-time housewife, stay-at-home mother lifestyle is best for women. Yes. Make sure you take care of your body, okay, Brandy? Here's a little money for you to spend on whatever you like. You can take it as a token of thanks for finally giving me a grandson. Thank you very much.
I saw my mom out. But why were you acting like that today? Is it because looking after the baby is taking its toll on you? Why do you have to be so cold towards her?
What did I do?
I mean, you didn't even smile when she went out of her way to give you some money.
Am I normally that much of a smiley person? Do I need to smile just because somebody gave me money?
Why are you snapping like that all of a sudden?
Your mom is only being nice to me and giving me the money and stuff because I had a boy. Imagine if I'd given birth to a daughter. Then what would have happened? I can't even begin to imagine how terribly she would have treated me. And anyway, I already wasn't able to stand her, and she clearly can't stand me. I want to still be able to avoid spending time with her as much as possible. I don't want to have to see her face, and I don't even want to hear her voice. Her just giving me a little money isn't going to magically fix our relationship and make me start liking her.
But even so, she's my mom. There's no way that you're going to be able to avoid seeing her entirely. You're just going to have to put up with it, I'm afraid. Face it, we can't deprive the poor little baby of the chance of having a relationship with his grandma now, can we?
I don't know. Anyway, I just don't like her. At this point, nothing is going to change that fact.
And how's little Zach? Is everything okay with him?
Yes, I just gave him a bath and now he's playing nicely with his toys. You really have become a fool for your son, haven't you? You even ask about him when you're away on business trips.
How can he not be on my mind when I'm so far away? No, I just want to come back and see him already.
Oh goodness, listen to you. Should I send you a photo of him?
Yes, please do.
Just wait a second. Let me get him into a cute position without making him cry.
Hey, you said you were going to send me a picture of my little Zach. Why did you disappear all of a sudden? I really wanted to see his little face.
That's really not important right now.
Huh? What's wrong? Did something happen?
Zach got hurt. I was holding him and then I put him down for a second so that I could take a picture to send to you, and then he ended up bumping his head on the headboard.
Oh, goodness. But he isn't badly hurt, is he?
No, he's fine. The doctor said that it isn't anything bad. I was really worried, so I rushed him to the emergency room, though.
Well, that's okay then, as long as he didn't get hurt too badly. And just be a little more careful when you're watching him, okay?
Yeah, sure. Honey, hurry and wake up already!
What's wrong? I need to go to work early tomorrow. Why are you waking me up in the middle of the night?
Zach has a terrible fever. We need to take him to the emergency room now.
Again?
Just stop talking and hurry up already.
Okay, fine.
Hey, what is going on here? Elizabeth? But how did you get here?
Oh, I told her what happened. I thought there might be some kind of reason why Zach keeps getting sick, so I asked my mom if she had any ideas. She raised me into a healthy adult, so she knows what she's talking about from experience.
I'm sorry, but is your mom a doctor? Why would you ask your mom something like this? Honestly, I can't believe you. Elizabeth, why would you just slap me like that when all I've done is stand here? Well, he clearly keeps getting sick because you aren't looking after him properly. My grandson is sick because of you. And this isn't the first time. This has happened over and over. What are you doing just standing there looking away? Why aren't you doing something about this?
Well, I just...
Hey! Are you out of your mind? How dare you slap my precious son like that? He may be your precious son, but to me, he's the useless husband who just stood by and let you slap me without doing anything to intervene. I think he deserves to be slapped in return for that. Don't you agree? You're despicable. I'm also really upset about the fact that my son keeps getting sick. I've had many sleepless nights worrying about the fact that it may be my fault. But what gives you the right to decide that it was irrevocably because of me? Do you think I did something on purpose to make him sick? The doctor said it's just because he has a weak constitution. And yet you're still making this my fault. He wouldn't get sick if you were looking after him properly. Are you just using him as an excuse to lie around at home all day doing nothing? When I was raising my son, I never had to bring him to the hospital. Not even once. How can you say that? Paul, you need to make sure you educate your wife properly about how to go on.
I don't think my mom has said anything wrong.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
If you would slap your husband in public, who knows what you've been doing at home?
I really can't believe that I have to put up with being treated like this. Honestly, I've been thinking of filing for divorce, but Zach is so attached to his dad, so I decided to put up with it. But if you push me one more time, I'm not sure if I'll be able to take it. Who knows what I might do? How dare you!
My mom isn't in a very good state. She's getting frailer and she keeps getting sick easily these days.
So what? What does that have to do with me?
What do you mean by that? How can you be so rude about a frail, elderly lady? Besides, now that she's gotten older, she's too frail to yell at you and make a fuss anymore. So why don't you consider reconciling with her?
Why should I? Have you forgotten how she treated me back when Zach was a baby? I suppose you wouldn't remember, would you? Since you're always ignoring me whenever I need you the most.
Don't go starting with this again.
If you don't want to hear me talking like this, then don't bring your mom up in front of me again, okay? Just because she's old and sick now, that isn't going to change how I feel about her. I stand by my decision to continue not to have any kind of relationship with her. I've put up with seeing her on Thanksgiving and her birthday, so I didn't make you look bad in front of the rest of your family. But I'm not going to do any more than that.
Oh, come on, please, don't be like this. How about we have my mom come and live with us for now? That way we can assure that she's looked after properly now that her health isn't too great. Don't think of her as the person who was rude to you before. Just think of her as a frail old lady who needs help to do daily tasks. It's been years since my dad passed away, and she's been living all by herself since then. I think the loneliness is going to get to her as well. And anyway, as I said, she's struggling to get around by herself now, and it's only a matter of time until she's not even physically able to look after herself.
I can't believe you're even suggesting this, knowing how I feel about her. And anyway, if she comes to live with us, who's going to end up looking after her, huh? Are you going to quit your job and become her full-time carer? I'm working too, you know, and Zach is still too young to look after himself. And I'm not going to have the time and energy to look after both him and your mom when I get home from work. And besides, I have no intention of looking after someone I've never even liked. Just send her to a nursing home or whatever.
It's really not going to be that difficult, you know? Stop making such a fuss about it. And sometimes nursing homes are horrible places where old people spend their last years feeling depressed and alone. Could you really send my mom there and still claim to have a conscience?
I don't have enough hands to look after her as well as Zach. It's not like Zach is in middle school or high school or anything like that. He's only just started kindergarten. He still needs a lot of care. And on top of that, I need to go to work every day. As it stands, coming home from work and making dinner, doing the laundry, washing the dishes, cleaning the house, and looking after Zach is already hard enough for me. Are you seriously asking me to take on looking after your mom as well as all that? And anyway, what are you going to do about her during the day when I'm not around?
Even so, how can you just flat out refuse like that without even considering it for even a second? How could you be so cold-hearted?
If I had even one memory of your mom being nice to me over the years, then I may have considered it. But my only memories of her are of her yelling at me and being horrible. Why on earth should I look after somebody who never once treated me with respect? And how dare you act as if it should be a given for me to be on board with the idea? So your mom would only come to live here over my dead body. It's not happening.
Then let's get divorced.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's get divorced then. I'll get the papers prepared tomorrow and bring them for you to sign right away. You need to choose. Either my mom comes to live with us, or I'm divorcing you right now.
What a ridiculous ultimatum. Oh dear. Did you really think I would get scared and give in to your demands if you threatened me with divorce? How incredibly mistaken you are. I've wanted to divorce you for ages, but because Zach is so attached to you, I thought it would be best for me to just put up with it and stay for his sake. But now I really don't know why I put myself through that. Especially now that you're trying to back me into a corner like this. Well, it's not going to work. You're going to seriously regret threatening me with divorce, and I'm going to lose absolutely nothing.
What are you talking about?
Over the last 10 years that we've been together, you have never once taken my side about anything. You agreed with your mom that it was my fault that Zach kept getting sick when he was a baby. And when she slapped me in the face in front of all the doctors and nurses at the hospital, you just turned the other cheek and didn't say anything to defend me. Even after your mom treated me like that, how can you still stand there and ask me to look after her in her old age? If you think about it, does that make any sense at all? Are you even a human to be making such an awful request of me?
But despite all of that, she's still my mom. There's nothing I can do about that. Since you and I are married, she's your family too, and you have a responsibility towards her as well. She and I come as a unit. You can't have one of us without the other. And you've been avoiding your duties towards her for long enough now. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna accept that she's gonna come and live with us, or are we gonna get divorced?
Why are you even asking? Of course we're going to be getting divorced.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, let's just get divorced already. I don't want to live with an idiot like you anymore. You had better stick to your word and bring me those papers tomorrow, okay? If you don't bring them, I'll just go and bring them myself.
But how can you talk about getting divorced so easily like that? How can you throw around the word divorce as if it's nothing?
Are you suffering from short-term memory loss or something? Who was the one who brought up getting a divorce in the first place? It was you, not me. It was you, you piece of trash. Did you get the divorce papers ready?
Yes, I did. So you'd better sign them straight away, okay?
I've been sitting here waiting with my pen poised and ready. Now give me the papers already.
How can you be so emotionless about this whole thing?
I haven't felt anything but resentment for you for the longest time. That's why. Oh, and by the way, you take custody of Zach. I'm not going to fight for it. If I take custody of him, do you think your mom will just stand by and do nothing? She would come after me and start yelling at me for taking her precious grandson away from her.
But
you can raise him yourself, and you and your mom can live happily ever after with the grandson that she pestered me so relentlessly for. You can have her move in with you without having me to stop you, and you can be her full-time carer, as well as being a single dad to Zach. I already went to have a consultation with a lawyer at lunchtime, and I'm ready to fight to make things go my way.
you really are a terrifying person, you know? I'm getting goosebumps just listening to the way that you're talking.
Well, your mom's behavior gave me goosebumps more than you can imagine. I really can't believe that you thought that I would cave and let her come and live with us if you started throwing the word divorce around. You really are such an idiot. You overestimated how much I value you as a husband, and you underestimated how much hatred I have for your mom. Anyway, I only wanted to communicate with you through my lawyer from now on. She should be in touch with you shortly, so you had better pick up when she calls. Okay? You haven't forgotten that I'm having Zach today, have you? You had better not send him over dressed all messily like you did last time. Make sure you dress him properly today. Are you such a terrible father that you don't even know how to dress your son properly?
Please stop criticizing me and let's just meet up and talk a little.
Why on earth would I want to talk to you about anything?
I just want to talk to you about something, okay?
Well, what is it that you wanted to talk about then? Hurry up and spit it out.
I just wanted to say that I realize now how wrong I was.
What's with the repentant act all of a sudden?
I let everything go your way in the divorce, and I let you get your hands on everything you wanted. So please, can you just rethink the custody arrangements and take full custody of Zach? I don't have the time to raise him properly while working full-time as well.
Well, that's not my problem, is it? You've just got to go and clean your act up.
I'm sorry, I know, I was a terrible husband and father. But I'm suffering so much right now. Please, just take Zach off my hands. I'm begging you. I'll pay you all the child support you need, so please just take custody of him, okay? I just can't take care of both him and my mom at the same time. And anyway, he keeps asking for you and looking for you, and I'm too busy to give him the attention he needs.
Fine. He is my son as well, so I will agree to take him. Pack his bags and send him over to my house as soon as possible then.
Oh, thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much.
Ew. Who on earth are you calling honey? It gives me the creeps to hear you call me that now. So please don't ever say that again. You and I no longer have anything to do with each other. Zach is my flesh and blood, so obviously I'm happy to take care of him. But if your mom ever comes to me making a fuss about me taking her grandson away from her, I will make you take him back and I'll sue your mom for attacking me back then. I mean what I say. So you had better watch yourself, okay? You and I are not family anymore, and I have never considered her family. So if either of you try and interfere with my life, I am not going to hold back.
I understand. Don't worry, I won't give you anything to worry about. Hey, Brandy. Are you busy? Would you be able to come out and meet me for a little while?
I am busy. And why are you even talking to me? It's not your day to see Zach yet, so what else would you have to say to me?
It's just that I'm just really sorry for everything I did. I was so wrong. Please, honey, let's get back together. What do you say?
Are you drunk or something? Have you been day drinking? Or have you finally completely lost your mind? Honestly, I don't know what's gotten into you, bringing this up to me in the middle of the day like this.
Living with my mom is so hard. I think I'm starting to finally realize how much you suffered over the years because of her. I can't believe it took me this long to see. And I miss Zach all the time. My occasional weekend visits just aren't enough. So why don't we just get back together and the three of us can be a family again? Please, can you at least just consider it?
Are you out of your mind? Why on earth would I want to get involved with the likes of you again? Stop talking nonsense already.
It was all because of my mom, wasn't it? That was what ruined our relationship, right? Well, don't you worry. I'll never see her again if that's what you want. I'll completely cut off all ties with her. That would make you happy, wouldn't it? That would be enough for you to take me back, wouldn't it? So, if I do that, we can start afresh with our relationship again, can't we?
You really have gone insane, haven't you? Do you really not recognize a single thing that you did wrong during our relationship? Don't contact me again, okay?
How could you just reject me like this when I've bared my soul to you so openly?
During the 10 years that we were together, did you ever listen to what I had to say? Even once? I don't have a single drop of affection left for you anymore. So please stop calling me.
Oh, please don't be like this. My mom is making my life hell, and I just can't go on living like this any longer.
Well, that's your problem. It's nothing to do with me. If you try and contact me again, I'll report you to the police for stalking. So you had better back off already.
Hey, honey. I sent my mom to a nursing home just like you told me to do. I listened to you. Didn't I do a good job? You told me to send my mom into a nursing home back then, didn't you? So now that she's out of our hair, we can start living together again, can't we? She was the only obstacle stopping us from getting back together after all. Why did you just leave me on red like that? Should I move into your place? Or maybe you moving into my place would be better, don't you agree? I've deep cleaned the whole place, so all you need to do is just move yourself and Zach in and we can start afresh. Everything is ready for you, so I'll be waiting. I'll drive to your house and pick you up tonight. How does that sound? I'll meet you in your building parking lot at 8 p.m. this evening. Make sure to pack everything you and Zach need. Hey, Brandy, I've been waiting outside your place for 30 minutes now, but there's still no sign of you and Zach. Is everything okay? Are the suitcases too heavy for you? Do you need me to come up and help you carry them down? Come to think of it, you didn't reply to my messages earlier. In fact, you didn't even read them, it seems. Oh, did something happen to you? Were you in an accident or something? Other than that, I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't even read my messages. I'm begging you, Brandy, please, just let's get back together. Please, I'm begging you. Look, I got rid of my mom for you. I gave up everything for you. So please, just give me another chance, okay? You're at work right now, right? I'm waiting outside your office building for you to finish. Then let's go home together, okay? Like I said, you can come back to my place and we can make it all comfy and cozy and live happily ever after. The three of us, me, you, and Zach together again. How it's meant to be. I won't let my mom or anyone get in the way of our little family being together ever again. Oh, and, don't ask why I'm not at work right now. We just, had a half day at the office today. So I thought that it would be nice to surprise you. I bought you some flowers. And a bottle of wine. Well, I did buy you a bottle of wine, but then I drank it, so now there's no wine left anymore. But still, I was thinking about you. I bought you a gift. Isn't that so nice and thoughtful of me? I just got notified that you're filing a restraining order against me. Did you seriously report me to the police for stalking? You really are too cruel. Even so, I'll be waiting for you to change your mind, so this isn't gonna set me back. When you're done being mad with me, send me a message, okay? Please, Brandy. I'm sure this is all just temporary, and once you stop being upset with me, we can go back to the way things were before. I can't wait for us to look back on this time and laugh at the preposterous idea that we ever even broke up for a period of time.
Even though I decided to file a restraining order against my ex-husband, he just wouldn't leave me alone. I called the police on him again, telling them that he had tried to violate the order. And then after that, he never tried to get in touch with me and never came anywhere near me again. It's been 8 years since the divorce, and I heard that my ex-mother-in-law recently passed away all by herself in the nursing home. It seems as if her son really did well and truly abandon her. And while it is sad to hear that any elderly person has to spend the last years of their life alone without any family to care for them, I can't help but think that she did it to herself by being so horrible to the very people who she needed to rely on to care for her in her old age. It was also apparently the cheapest nursing home available, mostly for elderly people with no means, and I heard the facilities were terrible. In a way, experiencing such an end feels like she got what she deserved. I also heard what my ex-husband has been up to through a few mutual acquaintances. Apparently, after abandoning his mom in the nursing home and having me reject his request to get back together, he sought solace in alcohol and just spent his days drinking and drinking and drinking. Now he's apparently in a rehabilitation center for alcoholics in an attempt to make a recovery. He also lost all of the money he had left due to fueling his addiction, and he also lost his job and his house. My son is now old enough to understand those things, and after hearing that was what his dad had been reduced to, he decided to live the rest of his life as if he never had a dad in the first place. The two of us are now living happily together, supporting each other through hard times, and I wouldn't change it for the world. This is the end of the story. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time. Hey, Reggie. Do you know if your mom likes fruit?
Fruit? I can't say that I know one way or the other. I don't think I've ever seen her eat it. Why do you ask?
Well, she's always sending us all sorts of presents and things, right? It seems like every few weeks there's something in the mail from her. Treats and souvenirs and the like. I was just thinking we ought to return the favor sometime.
Yeah, she's always had a thing for giving out presents. She's been that way ever since I was a kid. She always seemed to have more fun on other people's birthdays than her own.
That's fine and everything. I just thought it would be nice to send her something for a change now and then. But I realized today that even though she's always sending us this stuff, I don't really know what kinds of things she likes, you know?
Well, I know she definitely likes giving presents to other people. She's always been hard to shop for, though. She'll usually turn down offers from other people to buy things for her.
Oh, really? Do you think she'd prefer if I didn't send her anything then? I wouldn't want to be a bother to her.
Oh, no, I doubt she'd see it as a bother. I'm sure she'd be happy to get anything in the mail from you.
Then what do you think I should send? I've been thinking about it all day and haven't had a single good idea. I'd like to get her something that I know she'll be happy with. Do you think she'd like a box of fancy chocolates?
She doesn't eat much chocolate, I'm afraid. She's been trying to watch her sugar intake these days, so it'd probably be best to steer clear of things like chocolate and candy.
I see. It's good that she's looking after her health, I guess. Maybe something more like a healthy snack food would be good then. Like a bag of assorted tree nuts or something like that.
To be honest, I'm not sure what she'd like either. I usually just send her a card for her birthday and Christmas.
That's too bad. What should I do?
Like I said before, I'm sure she'd be happy to get anything from you.
That's just because she's such a sweet old lady.
She can be pretty terrifying when she's mad, though. Don't take her lightly. Believe it or not, she used to run with a pretty tough crowd back before she met my dad.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, I think starting around the time she was in high school. I guess her group was what you'd call a biker gang. I've seen old pictures of her straddling a Harley and everything. They weren't into drugs or any explicitly criminal stuff, but they were still a pretty rowdy bunch, or so I hear. Not the kind of people you'd want to mess with, that's for sure. She totally changed after she met my dad, though. Now she's just a regular, unassuming businesswoman. She's mellowed out a lot with age, but I've heard she was pretty wild back in those days. Even spent a few nights in jail on more than a few occasions.
Wow. I can hardly believe it. But I guess if she had the guts to live such a crazy lifestyle, she must be a pretty cutthroat businesswoman even now. Girl bosses like her are so awesome.
I'd hope that you never end up becoming that much of a hard-headed woman, Leah.
But now that I think about it, you and her are kind of similar in a way.
Really? How do you figure?
Well, you've both got really friendly and outgoing personalities. It seems like you're always hanging out with people, and you both have tons of friends.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I've always preferred hanging out in a group rather than being on my own.
Our wedding was totally crazy, remember? You ended up inviting nearly twice as many people as I did. I was amazed that they were all able to fit in the banquet hall.
Do you think I went a little overboard? My bad. Mom and I both have never really been the shy type, I guess. It just feels natural to me to surround myself with people. It's hard for me to relax when I'm on my own.
That's really something. I like hanging out with friends as much as anyone, but I feel like I need a little time to myself now and then, too.
Even years ago, when my mom lived in Germany for a while, she still had lots of friends. She still keeps in touch with a lot of them, even though they haven't seen each other since she moved back to the US.
She lived in Germany? Did she learn the language and everything?
Yep, she did. She still uses it with her old friends, too. I've seen her talking to them on the phone. You'd think she was born there.
Wow, that's incredible. There's so many things I never knew about her.
Yeah, I guess you two have only met a handful of times, huh?
Yeah, but I'd like to get to know her better. I know her work keeps her busy, though, so we don't get too many chances to see her.
You'll have plenty more opportunities to meet her in the future, I'm sure. Now that we're married, you and her are going to be seeing more of each other sooner or later. You'll get to know her better over time. Just be patient. Things will happen as they come.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks, Reggie. Well, I'd better let you get back to work. I'll talk to you later.
Sorry, Leah. I won't be able to come home tonight.
Why? Is everything okay? Did something happen at work?
I'm fine, but apparently Mom suddenly started feeling sick. I'm going to stay at her place tonight to look after her, just to make sure she's okay.
Your mom?
Yeah, she just texted me a minute ago. She says she's got a splitting headache and a wicked fever. She took some medicine, but I don't want to leave her to fend for herself. Normally, I'd count on Dad to look after her, but he's out of town this week visiting my grandparents. I just don't want her to be all alone in case she suddenly gets worse. I'm just gonna stay over at her place to make sure it doesn't get any worse. I'm sure she'll start feeling better after a good night's rest. She's probably just overworked herself, that's all. I'm always telling her not to push herself too hard, but she never seems to take me seriously.
Is she really feeling that unwell?
Yeah. It's not like she'd have any reason to lie about that. Do you have some reason not to trust her?
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to doubt her or anything. It just took me by surprise, that's all. She always seems so full of energy, it's hard to imagine her getting sick. So, you'll be coming home tomorrow, then?
Yeah, definitely. I won't need to stay more than one night. I might stay with her until tomorrow afternoon, just to make sure she's feeling better, but I'll definitely be home by dinner.
Okay, got it. Take good care of her. Tell her I said get well soon.
Sure thing. Thanks for understanding, Leah.
I hope it's just work-related stress like you said and she hasn't come down with anything serious.
I'm sure she'll be just fine. See you tomorrow. Sorry to keep you waiting. Mom's doing much better now, so I'll be on my way home in a bit. If you haven't gotten started on dinner yet, why don't we go out to a restaurant tonight? It's been ages since the last time we went out someplace.
Are you sure she's doing better already?
Yeah, totally. She's completely bounced back. It's like she was never even sick in the first place. It must have just been a stress-induced cold or something. One night's rest and she's as good as new. Sorry if I made you worry at all. It probably sounded worse than it actually was.
Well, I'm glad to hear she's all better now. I'll be looking forward to seeing you when you get home then. Your mom's here too, so we can all have a talk about this once you get back.
What? What the heck are you talking about? Mom's right here with me, at her place.
Wow, is that so? Then who's this woman who looks and sounds exactly like her that's sitting right in front of me? Is she some kind of doppelganger? Or maybe your mom has an identical twin sister I've never heard about before?
You're kind of freaking me out now. What exactly is going on?
Your mom seems pretty confused about this whole thing, too. She told me she's been feeling fit as a fiddle lately and never sent you any messages to the contrary. She was wondering if maybe you're the one who's been under the weather, and maybe it's been causing you to hallucinate.
Wait, is my mom actually with you right now?
She most certainly is.
What? Why? What is she doing there?
I invited her over yesterday to spend the night here. Yesterday, when you texted me saying you were going to stay at her place, I was actually in the middle of having lunch with her.
You and her were having lunch together? But you two hardly ever even see each other.
She happened to be in our neighborhood for work, so she texted me to ask if I had time to meet up for lunch. I happened to be out shopping nearby at the time myself, so I decided to take her up on her offer.
Why are you only telling me this now?
It really was quite the coincidence, don't you think? It might even be what you could call a miracle. At any rate, it was obvious from the start that you were lying about what you were getting up to yesterday.
Then why didn't you tell me yesterday that you were with her? You acted like you didn't have a problem with anything I said.
I thought I'd surprise you. Did it work?
This isn't like you're throwing me a surprise party or something. Were you trying to trick me?
I guess I better spill the beans. I've actually thought you were getting up to some sort of trouble for a while now.
What makes you say that?
Well, you've been coming home late pretty often lately. And I've noticed you're always carrying your phone with you everywhere you go, too. Even when you go into the bathroom to shower or use the toilet. And then after what happened yesterday, I was sure something fishy was going on.
What do you mean, fishy?
You've been cheating on me, haven't you?
No way! How could you even ask me that? I'd never even dream of it!
Then where exactly were you yesterday? I know you weren't at your mom's house. And you obviously weren't here at home either. Where did you spend the night? Why would you go so far as to lie about where you were staying? What were you doing that you didn't want me to know about?
I was just hanging out with some friends, that's all. They called me out for drinks and I decided I'd just crash at their place for the night. I'm sorry for lying, but I'd never cheat. Do you seriously think I'd do that to you?
Why not just be honest then? You know I don't have any problems with you spending time with your friends. Why did you lie in the first place? Sorry, but I'm not buying it. You were definitely spending the night with another woman.
If you thought that's what I was doing, why wait until today to confront me on it?
Well, I did want to say something right away at first. But your mom told me that she had some more work to take care of that evening. So we decided to leave it alone and just let you do your thing for a little while. She taxied back to her work, finished up what she had to do, and told them she'd be taking today off. Then she came straight back to our place.
Why did she do that? What difference does it make if she's there or not?
She made a promise with me yesterday after I showed her your texts. She said she'd help me get even with you. She came back to help me get ready for when you come home today.
What is get even supposed to mean? What are you two planning?
I wonder. I guess you'll just have to find out when you get here.
You're kidding me. You guys are just gonna beat the snot out of me the second I walk in the front door, aren't you? I wouldn't pass my ex-biker mom to pull something like that. There's no way I'm coming home while she's still there.
But the longer you stay out, the worse you'll be making it on yourself, you know? Don't you think it'd be best to get this over with quickly? Your mom told me that if you don't come home today, she'd go ahead and make a phone call to your office. She said she'd tell them all about how you've been cheating on me.
Wait, that's not fair. She can't do that. What does my work have to do with any of this?
Didn't you tell me that your boss got divorced not too long ago?
Yeah, so what?
The reason he and his wife split up was because she had been seeing another man behind his back, if I recall. If he found out that you were a cheater just like his wife, I doubt that'd do any good for his impression of you. I doubt he'd discriminate between men and women when it comes to that. You were aiming for a promotion this year, weren't you? You can kiss that goodbye if your boss finds out about this.
Please don't tell him anything.
Well then, you know what you have to do. I'm not asking for the impossible here. All you need to do is come home and we can sort this all out. You really don't have any other options here.
Is that really you, Leah? You're not usually this forceful. You're acting just like my mom does.
Yes, I'm still Leah. The same one I've always been. Your mom is sitting right next to me, though, so she's been giving me some advice for how to word these messages.
Then I've basically been talking to Mom this whole time.
Your mom says to stop dawdling and hurry on home ASAP. We both agreed you'll need a lot more than just a scolding before we let you off the hook for this.
Wait, seriously. What are you two going to do when I get back? What exactly do you mean by more than just a scolding?
You can look forward to finding out once you get here. See you soon.
Mom and I are on our way home now.
Glad to hear it. Your mom practically dragged you out the front door by the scruff of your neck. Where did you two end up going?
As if you don't know already. She already told you exactly where she was going to take me, didn't she?
Well, she gave me a general idea. But she didn't give me a detailed explanation, so I was hoping I could get it straight from the horse's mouth. You're the horse in this analogy, if that wasn't obvious.
She took me to the girl's house.
You mean the girl you've been cheating with?
This isn't funny, okay? Her family were there and everything. It was so embarrassing for both of us.
What, didn't you want to introduce your mom to her family?
Obviously not. She forced me to go there with her. It's not like I had any say in the matter.
She was seeing you even though she knew you were already married, right? She should have known something like this happening wasn't out of the question.
Still, bursting into her home out of the blue is taking things way too far.
She's married too, right? Her husband's parents live with them too, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm serious. This isn't funny, okay? It was like an all-out war zone in there. My mom practically burst through the front door and immediately told everyone what had been going on between us.
Oh, so she was the one who explained things then. Though I guess it makes sense why she had to bring you along too. If she had just shown up by herself and accused that woman of cheating on her husband, she would have probably looked like a crazy person.
Her husband was seriously ticked off too. He's the type of guy where even though he can stay calm and collected, you can tell just by the look on his face that he's gonna snap at any second. He started talking about how he was gonna start talking to their lawyers about filing for divorce, and she burst into tears. His parents were staring daggers at me the whole time, and they started pelting me with all sorts of questions.
Wow, it sure sounds like things got out of control. I'm glad I wasn't there. Do you think they'll actually end up getting a divorce?
I don't know. All her husband said was he'd talk to their lawyer about it. He seemed like he was dead serious, though.
Is that so? I'll have to start seriously thinking about my own matters as well then.
Wait, why? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I've got to figure out what my finances are going to look like over the next few weeks. I'll be looking for a new place to live after all. Gotta make sure I know what I'll be able to afford.
A new place to live? What?
I'll probably just need a small apartment since I'll be living on my own.
What's wrong with our apartment? Are you saying you're going to move out then?
Well, yeah, obviously. Why would I still live with my ex-husband after I've divorced him?
You can't possibly be serious right now.
Of course I am. Did you not think that I'd be divorcing you after all this? You can't seriously be that dumb. Your mom gave me her blessing and everything. I don't really care what you have to say about it. I actually got all my things together while you two were out. I'll be staying at my sister's place for a few weeks until I find a new apartment for myself.
You're leaving now?
Yes, sirree. I'll send you the divorce papers tomorrow morning, okay? If you don't sign them quickly enough, then you can look forward to a call from my lawyer.
Since when do you have your own lawyer?
Your mom introduced me to a friend of hers that specializes in divorce law. He's been really helpful in getting all the preliminary arrangements made.
Leah, please stop this. You've got my back firmly against the wall here.
You did this to yourself, you know.
Look, I know I made a mistake, okay?
By the way, what did you two get up to yesterday? How long have you been seeing each other? Tell me more about her. I'm curious.
We had dinner at a nice restaurant and spent the night at a hotel. We've been seeing each other for about 2 years now.
Wow, you've been keeping this from me for over 2 years?
Yeah, I have. I'm really sorry, Leah.
You're seriously trying to apologize over text?
I swear I'll apologize to your face the second I get back. I'll kiss your feet or do whatever else it takes for you to forgive me.
Forgive you? What makes you think I'd ever even think about doing that? Do you really think there's any way out of getting a divorce at this point?
I know I cheated on you, and I know that was wrong of me. But Leah, you've got to understand that I love you more than anyone else in the world. I don't care what happens to that woman one way or the other. You're the only one that matters to me.
You're a terrible liar, Reggie. You're only saying that because you know she'll never willingly leave her husband to be with you. Even if they divorce, there's no chance the two of you will end up together, right? You're basically finished either way. So you think that now that she's effectively dumped you, you can just come crawling back to me like nothing happened? Get real.
I'm not just crawling back to you because I haven't got a chance left with her. You're number one in my heart, and always have been.
Whatever you say.
I'm serious. Please believe me.
Do you really expect me to take you seriously after you just told me you'd been cheating on me for 2 years? I really owe your mom a huge thank you. I never would have been able to take things this far on my own.
My mom is such a psycho. She thinks she has the right to just go barging into other people's houses uninvited.
I know! Isn't she just so awesome?
No, she isn't. She's just a crazy old hag. Listen, Leah, can you please just think this whole thing over? The only reason you're talking about divorcing me is because my mom planted that idea in your head, right?
What? Are you saying that I didn't reach that conclusion on my own? That your mom is controlling my thoughts somehow? And if not for her, I'd be in a hurry to take you back? You've got to be joking. I'm perfectly capable of independent thought. You are such a jerk. Even if I hadn't spoken to your mom about this at all, I guarantee I'd be feeling the exact same way about you as I do right now.
I didn't mean to imply that you weren't able to think on your own. I'm sorry. But I don't want our entire marriage to be destroyed over this. I don't know what I'll do with myself if you aren't around anymore.
Wow. You seriously suck. Like, really. I'm honestly speechless.
What? Why?
You lied about cheating on me. You got chewed out by your own mom. got dragged by her to your lover's house in tears where you were further humiliated in front of her husband and his parents, only to turn around and start begging me to forgive you and let you carry on with our marriage as though nothing had happened. You're like the most pathetic loser I could possibly imagine. I know I said before that you and your mom were similar, but I take it all back. You two couldn't be any further apart.
What do you mean by that?
I can't believe that a woman that effortlessly cool could give birth to a man so hopelessly lame. Are you sure you're not adopted or something? If your mom was a man, I'd just go ahead and marry her instead. I'm ashamed that you and I ever got married in the first place. The woman Reggie had been cheating with managed to avoid her divorce by promising to cut all ties with him. I suppose her husband must have decided to give her another chance. I'm sure he had his reasons. However, my case is completely different. I decided to divorce Reggie with no hesitation whatsoever. On top of that, his mom was quick to disown him as well. She even went so far as to block his phone number and social media accounts. Their ties have been thoroughly and completely severed. On the other hand, she and I have kept in touch and become very close friends. We've met up for lunch several times since then. As for Reggie, he's been left all on his own to reflect on his actions. After losing his wife, his mother, and a good share of his savings in the divorce, he turned into quite the pathetic wimp. Most of his friends found that he had become a huge drag to hang around with, and they eventually stopped talking to him. Even though he used to have such a huge social circle, he gradually became more and more isolated. As for my own friend group, none of them have heard anything from Reggie at all lately. I don't know what he's been doing. I can only assume, going by the complete lack of news, that he hasn't got a single friend left after all. Thank you very much for watching the whole video. If you liked the story, remember to leave us a like and write your thoughts in a comment. Don't forget to click subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.